Hello guys, so today we are starting the episode 2 of What If Civilization Started Over in a Fantasy World. So let's go. So first I updated the provinces, that's what I do as usual, but I also added a religion map. Look at that, it's so cool. So there are only 3 religions, the red religion, the lime religion, and the orange religion. Okay, let me get rid of that. Let's take it back. So we are back into the countries layer, and the first area we're gonna look at is actually here. Now this border war here, well, it's actually gonna cause a revolution in both of these countries. Yeah, don't blame anybody for them, okay? It's just a revolution caused by both of you guys. So this yellow country will have a huge revolution popping up in this area, which it can't control that much, and it's popped everywhere. The blue country, even on the blue country's border, and mostly on the red country's border. So some of even the closest areas of the capital get into a revolution. Now you got into a revolution, so now you gotta fight it. So the revolutionary forces move across to take all of these encircled parts. This country tries to bring some military assets there, but they immediately get isolated. Yeah, they have no more sea access. Only these ports, which are quickly getting obliterated. So their first goal is to get all of the sea territory. But out of nowhere, the blue country decides to declare war on the yellow country. They broke away, so they cut off the revolution forces and they start marching. They go around here, capture this. Okay, that's a major city. They capture that major city and they reach up to the revolution border where there's actually gonna be a race. So they cut this country in half, then they go, but the blue country immediately takes control of this. So now we have this part, which is getting absolutely obliterated. They get obliterated from all sides, and now it's the capital region. However, capital forces managed to stand out, but the people of the country are not so happy. Why are they killing their own citizens? So another revolution pops right behind them. This blue revolution. Now this looks like a country flag, some sort of country flag. They immediately go ahead and divide the capital amongst themselves. And yeah, that was a huge collapse of war. So now let's take a look at the peace treaty of whatever mess this is. This is gonna be a long treaty, okay? So the peace treaty is finished and that country is cooked. So it's now just one singular province just sitting in the middle of nonsense. And yeah, they barely border the red country, which is astonishing. Look, we have a 4-country border point here, where 4 countries border each other. That was something that I was looking at the world map for years. And of course it's gonna be in my Wixel map, not in the real world. So look at that pixel. That one pixel is so satisfying, bruh. So this is a peace treaty, and the most amount of lands were got by this revolution. The blue country got some. And yeah, okay, so this part of the red country, well, you know, it's quite hard to control that, so blue, yeah, that part is its own country right now. This area has so much border gore, so the red country has been reduced a lot by the loss of this area here, which is sad. Okay, give them a capital. So now the red country is gonna do some stuff. Okay, whoa. So they will go and explore a lot of lands. They managed to explore most of this area. And now we are getting to the 2000. No, which BC should be in? 2077 BCE. BCE. Then we'll go to the BC, and then no. Let's just say that is BC. Okay. I don't know time, so please. Okay, so I don't know why, but none of them has gone to here, so they have gone here. Now, this area is actually quite cold. So I don't know if countries would be able to explore that much, but they do explore around the coast and manage to discover some islands, a part of some islands. They managed to go around the coast, making 2 landings at once and fully exploring that island. They continue to go over and they get this island. But here, a new civilization is gonna pop up. But first, they're gonna explore all the way up. These guys like the cold weather, so this cold weather, yeah, it does a bit to them. But anything below this line, they're gonna colonize or explore. So they get all that lands done, and these areas are quite mountainous, especially in this and this areas. So yeah, they can't explore for that reason. So now we're gonna have a purple country pop up, and actually there's gonna be a chain of countries. Okay, I forgot to turn on airplane mode. Okay, did my friend just no? Okay, so we are gonna start the civilization over here. And there's gonna be a numerous number of civilizations. Wait till you see. Okay, I'm actually gonna show the civilizations. So first we have this purple country. It establishes itself. Secondly, we have this very dark gold country. It establishes itself in this island and even comes to here. So, okay, let me take a look at the map. There seems to be a lack of some color in this map. I mean, yeah, it's colorful, but some color looks like that it's not so much. Okay, and I'm glad I'm selected on that color, which is dark green. So they took that island, and the final civilization that's gonna pop up is this civilization, which is gonna pop up in this island. So we have a huge number of civilizations popping up, and now let me give them their capital cities. So this purple country will have them right on the shore. You will have your capital right here. Your capital is going to be here, and finally you center. Okay, so these countries are immediately going to go on a rush. So the purple country, not exploring that land above because it's quite mountainous, they race to take a lot of land. Okay, I'm doing that on the wrong layer. So they race to take a lot of land. But this brown country here, they take the coast, the entire coast, cutting them off. And then they start to go here. But then the purple country again cuts them off, starting to go here. But the purple country has wasted all of their expansion points, and the brown country, yeah, they have also wasted a lot of expansion points. So now this country is gonna establish itself here, and you know, these countries are chill, and the remaining bit goes to this country. There you go. So we have another border point. Yeah, they are already starting to get treaties done. So these countries are now advanced enough that they can go inside of land. So this little point, yeah, that does not matter, even if they. So these 4 civilizations, they're only gonna stay in this archipelago. Now this island is gonna get divided up, so there's gonna be an equal division. This country is gonna get more though, which makes the purple country a bit mad, but you know, What's the problem, bro? You. Okay, so now we have done that update. Let's go to here. So this orange country is gonna take free lands from here. No country to interfere. Just free land. And they're gonna expand like crazy. They're not an expansionist, but they have a lot of expansion points. So they explore. Okay. They explore this entire peninsula. This archipelago is also explored. But something happens. Some explorers from this part go to this archipelago and explore the land around. Why am I still getting messages? Okay, so they explore this part and they're gonna create a new civilization. So let's make a pinkish civilization. So they're gonna be this entire archipelago, and yeah. So they're gonna start off as a coastal empire. Their goal is to be a coastal empire. But first we need a capital for them. So the capital city is gonna be right here, plopped nicely in the middle. So let's take it back to the coastal empire idea. So they expand around the coast, and yeah, this is basically the idea of a coastal empire. Quite like the Roman Empire, actually. They also make another landing here, and they also have quite a lot of expansion points. They go around and they explore this entire part. They even explore this tiny little peninsula type thingy. So yeah, they look like a decent empire, even though they are just a couple of years old. But now we will see the division of this land between these two countries. So hold up a minute. These borders are making me want to vomit. So yes, this area has been distributed, but some of these areas want to stay in the other countries. So they just did that, and eventually they have come to this mess. Can anyone tell me why this area looks so goofy to me? Okay, so this orange country is gonna explore. No, colonize. So they're gonna go around here, take some of this land here. More border gore, yay. And they go around the sea, eventually connecting up with themselves. And they go and take away this part, and they also explore a bit, obviously, and they reach up to this lake. So they explore around the lake, go around this like jetting up peninsula but for a lake thingy, and eventually encircle it and get that island. So yeah, this is let's just move on, okay? So here we have the main area, okay? Okay, now I figured out what the missing color was. It was yellow. Okay, so they're gonna make a rushing operation to take all this, explore all this land. They go and they explore all of this in one swift move. So almost the entirety of the continent is now explored, and now they're gonna divide this land. No, not divide. They're gonna rapidly take land. So the red country is gonna take quite a lot of land from them, and they're gonna go around like this, and this island is theirs. And now they do this, going around the coast, eventually meeting up with the blue country. Okay, so they look like a decent empire right now. A very great empire, actually. And these countries here, well, they're cut off, so they can't expand. Sad. They will just decay over time. Like, what do you do? Like, what happens if you keep everything in the fridge for too long? So this country is gonna make a spearhead and connect up with this part, and they start to colonize, but not before the gang of island countries come and colonize. They are confused on what these countries are doing here. So they colonized a lot, but they eventually stopped because they are new countries. Now the purple country wants to get a peace too, but this dark country almost cuts them off and create border gore. Yeah, they're actually gonna create border gore here. But the purple country manages to go through this tiny little area. This country continues to try to cut them off, but they eventually manage to escape. And now they are gonna expand. They eventually reach up to the red country, and they manage to cut them off. Yeah, your plan failed. They're gonna explore so that they can send stuff through there more easily. You know, like stuff from this island, this island to this entire colony here. And the brown country, yeah, they did not get peace. They are gonna try to go around the sea. Yeah, they're gonna try to go around the sea like this, but that did not success. Okay, let me show you how far countries can travel right now. Yeah, this far. So yes, this actually succeeds. So let me show you the entire voyage. So they start from here and they go around the coast, eventually reaching up to here. But by that time, this country has already taken some of the coastal areas. So yeah, they have to travel a bit further than normal. However, the red country has also taken some coastal territories. So eventually, they managed to barely establish a colony here. Okay, so now we are inside of 2000 BC. And yeah, time is going by fast. So now there's going to be a pause. A lot of exploration and colonization has happened. So they're going to pause. So now it's the year 700 BC. No, 697 BC. Okay, so in 697 BC, these colonies are well set up, and now they're going to divide this land up. So let's take a look at the division. So this is the peace treaty, and yeah, this area is equally divided up. Now we go around to the sea here. So a lot of tensions have risen between this country. Okay, let me show you which countries. This country, this country, this country. So these countries have gotten a lot of tension here, but they ain't going to war. What is actually going to happen is this country is going to go to a revolution. Now, yeah, this area is quite far off. So this area is going to break away. Okay. Let's take a look at the provinces. Okay, the provinces are only around there. Okay. So the revolution starts off here as a coastal revolution. Then they start marching inwards. So they managed to march quite a bit inwards, but this country immediately comes and swiftly pushes them back. So they surrender immediately, and let's take a look at the peace treaty. That was a quick war. And this is actually the peace treaty. Yeah, they're gonna set up their country like this, like a coastal country. But they want their... Okay, so this is gonna be the coast of country. Wow, this country is so cool. It looks like an L, but flipped. So let's give them a capital, of course. And yeah, their capital is quite in an uncomfortable position. Okay, so if you enjoyed today's episode, love, subscribe, and bye bye.